we've got another media piece gaslighting wargamers about the Warhammer 40K situation, this time from The Guardian. Now, The Guardian, we know, is the fakest of news. They're the worst out there. I mean, is there anybody worse than The Guardian for real? Leave a comment. I mean, BuzzFeed's gone now, right? Oh, geez. The Mary Sue, I think, still exists. But this is a piece of work. And they're claiming victory for the woke in the culture war over the female Custodes. I shit you not. This is where we're at these days. What a weird hot take, and we're going to get into the news in just a moment. My name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author, award-winning comic creator. I do my own science fiction. This is my space opera sweeping epic, The Stars Entwined. It's a full trilogy on Amazon right now. And I would love for you to start with this book. I've got a full audio slate of all 3 books if you want it on audiobook. We've got ebooks, print books, and we've done incredibly well over the last week. Warhammer fans are great readers. And this is where they're really screwing up, because these are people who pay attention to the lore of a world. They pay attention to science fiction, and you actually care about it. I mean, gosh, what a great base of people. And what a terrible group to piss off. Why would you want to remove that customer base? What are they looking for? I don't even understand what they're looking for to try. I mean, bringing in more women into wargaming, that's never going to happen. Let's be honest. But you're going to love this series, especially if you're like a Babylon 5 fan. This is like my Babylon 5 universe. I sold a lot of these last week too. I mean, you guys really came in hard. 200 copies of Justified, which is my kind of more like Warhammer universe. There's some cool options. But I want to get you guys on both. These are great series, and they're fantastic reads. You can catch up on my worlds as I'm going to be building more for you guys specifically. I'm so excited. I'm writing a Space Marine comic right now, as they're lying to you. Oh my gosh. Here we go. When even Warhammer nerds leave the battlefield, isn't it time the anti-woke mob laid down their arms? Even the headline's a gaslight, right? The anti-woke mob, it's just a mob that's anti-angry because why is it even a big deal? They're just angry all the time. They don't even acknowledge the fact that BlackRock Vanguard owns Games Workshop, that they're intentionally putting DEI crap into this, and they've said they're going to over the last couple years, in order to change the game and change the demographics of the people who play the game because they hate their own customers. Isn't it time they lay down their arms and just stop and just do the one function that they're intended to do, which is make fun games for people to play? I mean, gosh, shouldn't that be the headline? Shouldn't that be what we're calling for? If all but the most diehard gamers want to embrace female characters and inclusivity, the rest of the world should take note. Wait a minute. Gaslight number 2 in the subheadline. Only diehard gamers are the ones who don't want to embrace female characters and inclusivities. One, we know that there are female factions of Warhammer 40K already. They've existed forever, and they're fan favorites too, especially from the diehard gamers. It's ridiculous. And so it's a lie immediately. And number 2, it's everybody. It's not just diehard gamers. People don't want this kind of thing permeating their properties. They hate it. We're sick of it. And it's obvious from the fact that the media is going up, not just to D&D websites like Bell of Lost Souls, that's a niche website, but they're actually going all the way up to The Guardian, like normie news, for the woketards, and publishing this. This shows how shook and rattled they are, because it wouldn't be making. And this is new. This is not last week. This is literally last night they were publishing this. So this is what they're saying now. Here's their whole article. Let's see if I can get through this without bursting a blood vessel. I get pretty angry when they lie like this. You can't get much nerdier than Warhammer. This guy doesn't even... immediately, his first sentence is you all suck, Warhammer nerds. It's why should anybody listen to this guy about this hobby when he just degrades you immediately as a person? Ridiculous. Forget video games or sci-fi shows. a pastime that involves collecting and painting small models, moving them around pretending they are trying to kill each other, and rolling dice to find out how well they've killed each other is about as nerdy as it gets. Listen to the absolute derision he has for just miniature gaming at all in general. These are the people that are influencing the games, and how about this, you a-hole? How about you have no influence over the game because you don't even like it? How about that? And that's exactly what they're doing. They put in these people. We've seen this across the board. We put these people into comics like Heather Antos, who does not care about or like comics and is just using it for a little political clout structure and ruins comics, right? You put these people in the She-Hulk show for Marvel MCU. There's a whole clip going around about how they never read the comics, never are interested in reading the comics. They don't like the comics. And then they make this Marvel show, and then they're like, why is it failing? It's because you're a bigot. No, it's because they put these people into these positions who don't even like the stuff that they're doing. It's so weird. And so they want to ruin it. There's a subconscious thing where these people want these hobbies ruined. Warhammer in some variety has been around for 40 years, but has grown increasingly popular over my lifetime. Games Workshop and all that. Okay, so let's get down. It's Wokehammer. Games Workshop engulfed in a gender row with fans. As it said, Warhammer Squadron was previously thought of as men only. Look at this gaslight. It wasn't thought of as men only. It was men only. Stop it. Stop lying. Has always had females, screamed one male online headline. They prompted these claims of outrage. Games Workshop was introducing a new female character, Warhammer 40K. The question was, part of the group was genetically engineered warriors called the Custodes, which had, so far, not had any women models in it. And look how they're framing it. Not had any women models in it. It was not in the lore either. Yes, according to Games Workshop, had always been included in the weighty narrative of lore of the game. So he's sourcing Games Workshop, changing the lore, lying about it, to normies who don't know any better, and saying, look, it was always in there, and the gamers are throwing a fit. He's doing this to get people who are uninformed to hate you. That's the entire intention of this. Absolutely crazy. And this is on behalf of Games Workshop. Come on. Why would he even be covering this at this point? The Mail had seen a number of tweets complaining about it, saying gender flipping for woke points. Yes. It was portrayed as a widespread backlash from fans. It's pretty wide, buddy. You are very, very... But as a fan who has frequently browsed his message boards for tips on game playing or painting, to look at interesting bits of background dug up by people who have bothered to read many of the books published, my experience has been quite different. Okay. One, he claims he's a fan here now. Look, we're 5 paragraphs down, and he derides it as a stupid hobby at the beginning. So he's clearly not a fan who's not been a part of this at all. If you actually look at the online spaces where fans of the games discuss the hobby they love, most don't seem very bothered. And this is where the article gets really interesting, because this is the biggest gaslight job I've ever seen. On large Reddit forums dedicated to Warhammer games, most posts concerning female Custodes seem to consist of fan art, complaints about those complaining, or pleas to stop moaning about the insertion of female characters and start moaning about unfair new rules, which they believe make it harder to win games. Nerdy gamers are less reactionary than some in the media would like to depict us. Well, now he's an us. After he derided you. You know, this is a fake gamer. This is a fake geek girl. Probably identifies as a geek girl. But here we are. So look at this. Now Reddit has been banning anybody who complains about the female Custodes. And so Warhammer, their Facebook page, has been banning anybody who complains about the female Custodes. Games Workshop has been blocking everybody on Twitter who complains about the female Custodes. So we're a week into this, and you look at it, and guess what? None of these forums have any complaints. Amazing. That means nobody's complaining. What a gaslight job. Yeah, because everybody got banned. All the real gamers got banned, and you're left with just some shills at this point. Absolutely crazy. And then they try to pretend like this has just always been this way. To some extent, progressive changes in the gaming world are inevitable. Games Workshop has been introducing more female roles for years, which is too bad, as well as toning down the more over-sexualized characters. Yeah, Stellar Blade in Warhammer. At the same time, the wider gaming industry is also becoming less male-dominated. Oh, no. These days, close to half the world's video games players are women. That's a lie, too. So, by the way, when they include these numbers, these are all fake numbers, and it's all fake. They say nobody's posting about it on Reddit or the Warhammer page because they banned you, right? When they say half the world's video gamers are women, they count mobile games like those little quick 3 in a row. What was that Candy Crush Saga crap? That's not the same thing as people who are gamers. People who are playing Stellar Blade are not the same people who are playing that. People who are playing Fortnite are not the same people. You know, forgive me for saying Fortnite, but you know they're mostly dudes playing it, teenage dudes, but still dudes. So this is a gaslight number 2. That's not true either. Most Magic the Gathering players, they paint a picture where you think, oh, we're playing Magic the Gathering. You got 50% females. Go into a gaming shop. Yeah, right. Gaming companies are increasingly aware that female characters are both accepted, well, not true, by male players and potentially draw for female ones. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be woke also with a woman protagonist. Ridiculous. This isn't to say Warhammer changes haven't upset fans. Yeah, here you go. He just said that. You just said that it didn't upset fans right here, you liar. You go up right here. Most don't seem very bothered. This isn't... So, look, he lies within 2 paragraphs and contradicts himself. This is crazy. There are players who tend to get annoyed by any change, and of course there's those who've been taking offense to perceived wokeification. It is wokeification. But where once those were getting angry about changes bringing greater inclusivity might have been overwhelming majority, they're best a vocal minority. Oh, what we're about to see. There's going to be subscriptions canceled. I don't think so, buddy. I think they're rattled. This wouldn't be reported on by the Guardian if it was just some little minority who doesn't matter. This is a big deal, and they're going to be losing subscribers. They're trying to cover their asses in the media to try to garner a new audience who's not going to come, and they've turned off a lot of people. This is such a weird gaslight flex. I just can't believe it. And you notice, look, in the decades since Gamergate, Reddit has been blamed for the rise of Donald Trump and the alt-right. Perhaps overblown, but not entirely without merit. The same childish hatred of wokeification can still be seen every other post on X from Elon Musk. Look at this guy. But it looks like those online spaces once dominated by people who hated change and wanted culture they consumed less to reflect less progressive times no longer have the loudest voice. All right, well, I've not seen people happy about this in the Warhammer forums that are privately run in the different fan groups. Everybody's pissed. This is a complete lie. This is a complete hack job, and I wouldn't be surprised if Games Workshop is like putting them up to it in order to like try to spin some marketing real quick out of this. We'll see how it goes for them. I'm going to be covering this, and when the sales are reported as falling, we're going to be there to laugh at them with our new properties. All right, make sure to check things out. I would love for you to get the Stars Entwined today. I'm going to put this link in the description below. There's a full trilogy on Amazon, and it really lights up. This whole trilogy has a great arc to it. I know what I'm doing as a writer, and I hope that this pleases you, and I would love your feedback so that I can more cater towards you in the future as the fan, because you're what matters. These people don't seem to be aware of that, but you're what matters. Leave a comment down below, hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.